Hi, so welcome to Sydney. We arrived last night after two very long flights with changeover in Bangkok, and this is our first morning overlooking Sydney Harbour, although I have to say we're overlooking a lot of road as well. I wanted to do some sort of a video diary while I was here, and I thought about the things that I would be interested to explore. And I always enjoy sharing my thoughts and sharing my own experiences. It's a good way for me to learn, by having to sort of explain myself to other people. It's a really good learning process for myself. So one of the things I thought that would be interesting to look at while I'm traveling is how easy it is to be a vegan. You may not know that I became a vegan. I actually think it's about 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. It's been very interesting for me. Now, it's not going to be, a guide to vegan recipes and restaurants while I travel. What I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, and interestingly, because it's over Christmas and New Year, I think kind of diet is quite an interesting thing to talk about when we're in celebration mode. I'm going to talk about my emotional relationship to food. How I feel about my choices of food, whether I'm eating healthily and enjoying my food, why I'm eating what I'm eating, that sort of thing. I teach about conscious health and conscious health practice, and when we do the dynamic health plan, nutrition is one of the areas that we look at in order to help us with our overall health. So if we're talking about mental, emotional and physical health, we've got everything on in the range of, from the basics of fuel for the vehicle that I'm in. It's like putting petrol in the car. What I eat fuels my body on a physical cellular level. Then we've got the whole other end of the extreme, really, in my emotions and looking after my emotional health. So it may be sometimes that what I physically eat may not be so healthy for me, but maybe I'm using a very important strategy that is helping me to self-regulate, to self-soothe, to manage my emotional health as best I can. So that's what I want to explore. So if you're interested in exploring your physical, mental and emotional health around food, then I would encourage you to join me, and as I reflect on what I'm eating and why I'm choosing what I'm eating, then perhaps you might choose to do the same. And I thought what we could do is we could look at, maybe just a scale of 0 to 10 of when it comes to eat, when I sit down to eat, how hungry I am from 0 to 10, and how full I am from 0 to 10, maybe halfway through the meal, maybe at the end of the meal, just to start developing our relationship with food in a more observational way. I talk in conscious health practice about being in the now and being the neutral observant witness, and because food so specifically works with our senses, and obviously it's not just our taste but our olfactory senses. Most of the taste of our food comes from the smell, and we've got the feeling and the texture and the sound. We've got all of our senses actually involved in the food that we eat. If you think about something like crackling, that's about the sound as much as it is about the texture. So I'm really interested to understand how I relate to food when I'm on that autopilot, when I'm running those subconscious programs that afterwards, when I've eaten, I think, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. So I'm just wanting to draw my attention to my habits and patterns. At the same time, maybe explore a little bit about why I eat what I eat, why I choose the diet I choose, why I did become a vegan, and why I've been a vegetarian on and off for a long time, and why I finally took that step into becoming a vegan, and why that's important to me. But it isn't, I don't want to be a kind of holier than thou vegan ramming it down your throat, but I do want to talk about my holistic approach and my understanding that I now have, and that paradigm shift that I took into understanding things in a different way. So I invite you to join me. I'll put up a series of videos as we travel, and as we travel not just in Sydney now, but we're going to go up the Gold Coast and up to the Barrier Reef. So it's going to be an interesting exploration, because I don't think my husband is going to eat the same diet as I am, so that's interesting. I've also been already reflecting on the flight over, and Thai Airways were very, very good at accommodating a vegan diet, even though we couldn't quite figure out when we booked the flight how to get it, had it put on that we were vegetarian or vegan. They were brilliant, so I've got a couple of pictures and I'll write a little bit about that with this video here. So yeah, join me and let's see what happens. And if you've got any questions, please post the questions. I won't have access to the internet all the time, because we'll be in a motorhome after this 4 days, but I will have intermittent access. So I want your questions. What would you like to know? What are your thoughts about your own diet, or about what I'm sharing with you, so that we can maybe uncover a bit more about our mental, physical and emotional health with regards our nutritional intake and that relationship that we have through food and with food. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to sharing my thoughts as we go about. Just to begin, this morning we started, we went to an all-night shop, although we were here about 11 o'clock last night, and so we had tin tomatoes on toast this morning. I normally eat Chinese cabbage in the morning, so the bread is maybe a little bit heavy for me, but I think my body still thinks it's a different time of day at the moment, so I think we're 8 or 11 hours ahead or something here. So at the moment I don't feel bloated, which I might normally do. And now at the moment I'm not doing much exercise and going to the gym, and I think that will impact slightly on the way I feel about what I eat as well. So I don't know if I'm going to ever muster the energy to do exercise, although I always interestingly get more exercise, it means more energy. So I might have to look at that as well, but maybe that's another series of blogs. So I'm going to keep a bit of a diary about what I eat and how I feel about what I eat, and how I feel in terms of being full, or actually being hungry in the first place, okay? Whether it's a need to eat or whether it's an emotional need to eat, and just how I interact with that. So I look forward to sharing with you and hearing from you, and let's see what happens.